Trauma based mind control is very prevalent in our reality, or it's very prevalent globally. And trauma based mind control is not just specialized within the disclosure community that has been giving testimony for these technological telepathic based forces that has been harassing, abusing, gang stalking us and who we are giving testimony for. So it's not just limited within this hardcore spiritual testimony work that we are doing and interfacing with these fallen demonic forces that use and employ trauma based mind control globally. And it is not as specialized as we understand it, but much more prevalent every day. All and any negative emotion or negative instances or negative experiences that we've had since we were a child, throughout our adulthood, all the negative stuff that we experienced or we do not want to experience, that we have been given to experience via these telepathic, evil, demonic forces that are constantly in our lives, giving us these negative experiences that we don't want to be a part of and are forcing us into these events. So these are all trauma-based mind control to make you experience negative things, to give you like failures, to give you rejection, to give you rape, to give you abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, to give you financial problems. So all of these are trauma-based mind control. A direct example of trauma-based mind control which I have seen myself is, for example, someone that experienced rape in their life and they do not want to have a relationship, they do not trust men, they hate men, and they cannot be in a relationship, so they isolate themselves and do not engage in any sexual relationship or any sort of relationship that they are not able to partake in, and which disrupts their social life, which disrupts them personally, because they are isolating, not getting in any relationship because of their rape experience. And so this is a form of trauma-based mind control, that these demonic forces can put you through a rape scenario so they can isolate you and keep you in the corner for the rest of your life. The most depraved part of this trauma-based mind control, for the rape example which I have given, say for example that person that has been raped is going out to date someone and wants to build a relationship and wants to heal from their trauma, but the hidden elites will constantly trigger that emotions through their telepathic interface. And while this person is trying to date someone, trying to speak to a man, trying to build trust, they will constantly trigger them. Even while they are on a date, they will flood them with negative emotions, with doubts, and constantly trigger them with their rape experience, that they will never be able to build that trust. And obviously the person doesn't know that the elites are doing this remotely to them, and they believe that it is their own emotion that's coming up, but it is not. It is being done remotely through telepathy. Another example of trauma-based mind control while targeting a huge population is such as a 9/11 event. So through the 9/11 event, which was pretty significant that they did on the general population, is a form of trauma-based mind control to traumatize you and to make you afraid of Muslims, or to make you afraid of, to create a dark political atmosphere, a satanic political atmosphere to control, like literally control the population through creating more laws, more security laws, and airport security. So these are all trauma-based mind control, and these events such as 9/11 are done on purpose to inflict mass chaos and mass trauma on people to further control them. The telepathic interface can expose you into any negative experience in your life. They can expose you to racism, they can expose you to sexism, they can expose you to being discriminated for your skin color, they can expose you for being poor. So they can expose you in various situations or even put you in those situations. They can on purpose make you poor. They can on purpose inflict harm on you so that you are negatively affected by a certain situation. So these trauma-based mind control scenarios are usually done to a person on purpose so that they have a negative emotion latched onto you so they can forever use that against you to control you for various things. The trauma-based mind control usually relies on the negative emotion that they have created in your life, and when you embody that particular emotion in your heart and your mind, and it's recorded in your heart and your mind, it gives the ruling elite free will to press that negative emotion anytime they need to control you or anytime they want total submission to them. For example, if they put you through a rape scenario and they do not want you to be in a relationship, they do not want you to be happy, they want you isolated and suffering alone, which they like these types of scenarios for humans. So when you go out to date, they will constantly trigger the rape emotion, and you will find it very difficult to trust a man or to date someone. For trauma-based mind control, if they need to control the whole world, they will inflict or create a war situation or a pandemic situation to lock us in our homes, to make us not travel or go out and have fun and have a community and interact with each other. So they have total control over humans through a pandemic. They have total control over humans through a 9/11 event, and they can tighten up security and do as they will with their military and their police structures on humans, which gives them total free will when they put a negative situation in our reality, such as war or 9/11 terrorist events. It gives them total control, the total power to control us, and that is what trauma-based mind control is. Trauma-based mind control is a form of black magic to hold your body and your mind and basically to control your life through the trauma experience. So the trauma-based mind control has taken a global form, and it is can be inflicted on the entire global population, or can be given to us personally, or this trauma-based mind control can be given collectively. So this whole system of black magic has only expanded and evolved and has shifted into these very modern type of interfaces, and they are not just witches dancing around fire, but it is taking a form of a pandemic or a tsunami, 9/11, or various personal negative situations. So trauma-based mind control has its basis on the materialistic world. So it is based on survival, it is based on fear, it is based on culture, your gender, what country you were born in, what skin color you have, what type of hair you have, are you beautiful, are you ugly, are you short, are you tall, are you privileged, do you have a lot of money, are you highly educated. So trauma-based mind control is structured around the materialistic world or worldly things. So if a person has transcended the worldly concept, the trauma-based mind control doesn't really affect them or doesn't really work for them because they have worked out this fake reality. But if you are focused on the worldly structures, the trauma-based mind control can really affect you. Trauma-based mind control is directly related to your ego. So if you embody a lot of ego and you focus on the self a lot, then the trauma-based mind control model can have total power over you because you care about how you look, you care about how you sound, you care about how your hair looks, or you care about your gender, your culture, and you don't really understand the spiritual nature, and you don't really understand the games of the elites and their depravity and the power and control that they seek to have over humans because of their narcissistic, egoistic systems and structures that they are a part of. So if you are focused on these things that are highly ego-based, based on the self, the trauma-based mind control can have total power over you. To override the trauma-based mind control systems, you can surrender yourself to Father. You can surrender yourself to your spiritual mission. You can surrender yourself to your spiritual self and literally sever your ego, that what happens to you and what is done to you doesn't matter. What they say about you, your features, or where you come from, these things don't really matter. And you have severed that part of yourself, and you do not take offense on those trivial ego identification, but you identify with your spiritual self, and you sacrifice yourself to Father, and you want to see this world cleansed and purified, and you sacrifice yourself for that. So within the ego complex, the hidden elites can totally control you using every facet of your ego. For example, if you're afraid of survival, they'll use survival against you. If you are worried about how you look and how you sound, they will use that against you. They will find a way to embarrass you in those instances. If you are worried about a global event that might affect the human population and have anxiety about that, they will use that against you. So anything that you are afraid of, that you show your signs of weakness towards, they will use that as a weapon against you to psychologically abuse you, to physically abuse you, and to just spiritually abuse your identity. If you want to study the concept of severing your ego deeply, then you can explore the Buddhist teachings of the non-self, no essence, or no soul. So no self, not identifying with the self, and severing your ego, and sacrificing yourself for a greater cause, such as a spiritual cause, and not holding on to your trivial, petty, temporary human identity, but sacrificing yourself for a greater cause to our Father in heaven, such as Christ did. He sacrificed his body and his mind for a great cause, to atone for the sins of humanity. And he was resurrected as a result of that, which was a complete ego death on Christ's behalf.